Hello and welcome to homework walkthrough video for 6.01a. First, let's see how many questions we got. 6. Okie dokie, let's dive right in. Match each description with an algebraic expression that could represent it. Algebraic expression means number sentence. So, Jessica's height, x, increased by 5. We don't know what we don't know what Jesse's height is, but we know that it increased by 5. What operation is the same as the vocab word increase? Plus, minus, times, divide. It's like Jesse grew 5 inches. So I think it's plus. So x plus 5. A class with a total of x students is divided into 5 groups. We don't know how many students there are, but we do know that we will divide the students into five groups. Now let's look for that vocab word. This one was pretty easy. It's divide. So I think we are dividing the x amount of students into 5. So x divided by 5. X slash 5. X divided by 5. Fran is 5 years younger than her sister, who is x years old. I don't know how old her sister is, but if Fran's sister is 20, how old is Fran? Fran is 5 years younger, so if Fran's sister's 20, that means Fran's 15, right? How did I figure that out? Oh, I did sister minus 5. So x, that mystery number I put in, minus 5. X minus 5. Haley buys shirts at X dollars each. 5 shirts at X dollars each. What kind of number sentence is this? Well, if Haley bought 5 shirts at $2 each, how much would it cost? 10, right? 5 shirts at $2 each. That kind of sounds like multiplication, right? Yeah. Also, each is a multiplication vocab word. 5x. Let's check. Yay. Question 2. Vincent has $18.10 to spend at the store. He wants to buy some candy bars that cost that much each. Write an expression, write a number sentence that can be used to find how much Vincent spent on C, candy bars. So we don't know how many candy bars, but we do know the letter will be C. Vincent has that much to start at the store. He wants to buy candy bars that cost that much each. So I have to look for vocab words. I have to think about what is happening in this story. So we're starting with $18.10. What is happening to that $18? We're spending that, right? At the store. So I'm going to take away. Spend is a vocab word for minus. Now, but what am I minusing? Well, the cost of the candy bars, right? So 3.02. But that's how much I would buy if I had 1 candy bar. If I was buying 2 candy bars, I would minus 6.04. If I was minusing 3 candy bars, I would minus 9.06. So I think I'm multiplying this number by however many candy bars I buy. Oh, it also says each right here too, so that confirms it. If I buy 1 candy bar, I do 1 times 3.02, and then I take that away from how much money was in my pocket when I went into the store. If I buy 10 candy bars, then I do 10 times 3.02 and take that away from whatever I started with. Let's check. Yay! Looks like you could have also done the multiplication dot, but not the letter X. I guess that would be incorrect. A tree is planted with a starting height of 18.10. Oh, hey, same number. It grows 7 inches each month. Okay, this kind of sounds a little bit like this one up here, right? We start with that. The story starts at 18.10. That's where it starts. Then we're growing 7 inches each month. So grow is a vocab word, like that we are adding height each month. So I'm going to plus. But how much am I adding? 7. But just like this question up here, we have a math vocab word, each. That means we're multiplying. So in 1 month, it grows 7 inches. 2 months, 14. 3 months, 21 inches. So I'm going to do times m with the multiplication dot that I got from clicking on this arrow. Okay, let's check and see. Yay! Question 4, Sarah is saving money to buy a bicycle. She saves $19 each week. Write an expression that could be used to find how much money she has saved after W. Looks like we're missing some words in the sentence. Okay, so this looks a little simpler, right? It's only one sentence that we have to turn into numbers instead of 2 sentences like question 2 and 3. We only have 1. Sarah is saving money to buy a bicycle and saves $19 each week. So in 1 week, it's 19. How much does she save in 2 weeks? In 3 weeks? In 4 weeks? Well, kind of sounds like multiplying. Also, the word each and every, most of the time that means multiply. So 19 times however many weeks. Now I'm not going to put X, I'm not going to put Y, I'm not going to put P, I'm not going to put T, I'm going to put W, because that's what the question says to put, W. That is our variable, our letter. Instead of putting a question mark, we put W there. 19 times W. Yay. Question 5. A gardener is planting flowers each, vocab word, each flower pot costs $16, and the gardener also needs to buy some gardening tools costing a total of $27. So write an expression that could be used to find how much money the gardener spends if he buys pea pots. P is my letter, not X, not Y, not W, not M, it's P. I'm going to start by looking at this number. So, I'm a gardener. I want to buy flower pots that cost $16 each. So 1 costs 16, 2 costs 32. I think I'm multiplying, right? And also each is a math vocab word for multiply. I don't know how many flower pots I'm going to buy, but because it doesn't tell me, so that's my mystery. I don't know how many flower pots I'm going to buy, but I do know each costs 16. So I'm going to do 16 times P. The letter never comes first. Never do P times 16. It's always the number times the letter. That's how it's written. Just like capitals always go at the beginning of a sentence and periods always go at the end. With number sentences, numbers come before letters when we're multiplying. Okay, now let's look at this other number. So we buy some amount of flower pots, don't know how many, and then the gardener also needs to buy gardening tools costing a total of $27. There's no word each in here, so I'm not multiplying. It kind of seems like I'm buying a whole bunch of pots, and then I buy just some other stuff that costs 27. Write an expression, but like, is buying plussing or is it minusing? Write an expression that could be used to find out how much money the gardener spends. Oh, so if he spends this, and he also spends this, so like also needs to buy, I think we're going to be plusing 27. If the question asked, how much money does the gardener have left, then I think we'd be minusing the 27. But the question asks, how much money does the gardener spend? So he spends this, and he spends this. How much together is spent? So we're adding up the cost, adding the 27. Oh, thank you, vocab words, for helping me. Last question. A baker is preparing cookies and cakes for a bake sale. The baker has an initial expense of $70. The baker makes X cookies and Y cakes. Each cookie will sell for $4 and the cakes will sell for $13 each. Oh, here's some vocab words. Some eaches. Okay, so I think just based on what we've done up here, I think I'm going to do, write an algebraic expression that could be used to find how much money the baker will make from the bake sale. So how much money they will make as an initial expense of, okay. So how much money they'll make. So like how much profit they'll make. Okay. All right, I need to understand the question. So I spend $70 and, to get all the stuff for my cookies and cakes. And then I'm selling the cookies and cakes after I've spent the money to try and make a profit. So that makes me think I start in the negative, right? The beginning of the story, I've sold nothing. So kind of like I start at 0 and I'm minus 70. I'm spending 70. Instead of writing 0 minus 70, because that looks ridiculous, I'm going to write just negative 70. I start at negative 70. I've spent $70. I've sold nothing. I spent 70. Now, when I sell the cookies plus sell the cookies, now I'm going up. If I think about like a number line, get my whiteboard out. Okay. So here is 0. Here is negative 70. I spent my money to buy ingredients. Now every cookie I sell gets me closer, and every cake I sell, every cookie and cake I sell gets me a little closer back to 0. And then eventually, once I get to 0, now I can start making some profit. So first, I had a negative. Now I think I'm adding the cost of, or adding the money I get from selling the cookies. So I think I'm plusing. So $4 for each cookie. So I'm going to times 4 by the cookies, because the word each means times. 1 cookie is 4, 2 cookies is 8, 3 cookies is 12. Sounds like multiplying. What letters for cookie? Oh, X. It says right here, X cookies. That means Y is cakes. So I'm going to plus 13 for each cake, because 1 cake is 13, 2 cakes is 26, 3 cakes is 39. Kind of sounds like multiplying. What letter goes for cakes? Oh, Y. Okay. Y. All right, let's see if this works. Yay! Oh, could have put the number at the end too, the 70, but I put it at the beginning. Sweet. If you need help with this, more help with this homework, make sure to send me a Canvas message. Good luck.